my name's Jenna. I'm one of the registered psychologists here at Prosper Health Collective. I have recently completed a telehealth vlog showing you guys how to log on to telehealth and how we can utilize these services during this period of time. I just wanted to specifically talk about preparing, I suppose, yourself or your children for telehealth appointments. So I think we need to talk about how clients can feel uncomfortable with telehealth and can feel that it might be a little bit awkward or difficult to communicate. And I think from my experience, lots of people feel really comfortable with telehealth services after they've had one or two appointments, and you kind of forget that you're talking through the computer sometimes. So I suppose just wrote a little list of things that I think will be helpful for people. So things to consider: finding a quiet place, really important, and finding somewhere confidential for you to be able to talk about areas that you may discuss with your psychologist. Identifying a device to use that's going to be useful for yourself. Looking at what we can do if you cannot connect to the service. So if you cannot connect to the Zoom service, here at Prosper Health Collective, we just give you a call and we can start the appointment over the phone and we can help you get onto that service as well. And I suppose it's really important to be open around the strengths and the limitations of telehealth services. So fantastic strengths being that people can access services anywhere across the world, really. And it means that you can have regular appointments and support. And during this time, it means that actually you can have some psychological input around this period of uncertainty and some support and resources and strategies around being quarantined and managing your mood and anxiety, because we know this is a period of stress for the majority of people right now. So I think, another strength of it is that, we can do them at different times that we're going to suit yourself and you've not got the inconvenience of leaving home. Another strength, as you'll see from my previous blog, is that we can share things via the telehealth services. So we can share information, we can record certain things, and we can email that through for you. So these are really good positives of telehealth. Now, the difficulties can be sometimes around the positioning of the camera, around lighting, and sometimes actually just around connecting to the service. But these tend to be minimal, and most people have a really positive experience with telehealth. I haven't actually found any of my clients have a difficulty with the service or prefer not to use it. So I think a really good thing to do as well is to always have like a plan around if you can't connect, which, as I said, here at Prosper Health Collective, we just give you a call and we'll offer you some support around that. Now, using telehealth services with your children is a little bit different. So from my experience of working with children through telehealth, they actually love it. It's something new and different. They can have it in their own space. So if they've got like a nice quiet room or their bedroom, they can use it on their iPad or their parent's phone or a computer. And it actually makes the psychological process sometimes a little bit more engaging and fun, especially if you're under quarantine. Now, there's some useful tips that would be helpful when working with children. So preparing for the telehealth appointments. So letting them know that these appointments are like being in the room with your psychologist. So I suppose that just promotes the child to take a little bit of accountability or familiarity if they've been in the room with you before around the appointments. So, obviously we're doing it through a computer. They're not just popping their iPad down and going and playing with a toy. So I think having a chat to your child and letting them know that it's like being in an appointment, if they need to pop to the restroom and things, absolutely, but just let us know so we know that they're coming back. And also it's a really good opportunity for parents to support their child getting onto the telehealth service and then kind of handing it over and giving them that private and confidential space. Now, For most psychologists, will talk to the parents and do a check-in with them as well. Sometimes that's at the start of the appointment and sometimes that's at the end, and we can just ask the child to access that support. Something that I found really positive with telehealth services is actually around children is actually doing those pictures and drawing them out on the whiteboard like we demonstrated in the prior vlog, and being able to send that through to parents and kind of explain that to them as well. Just give that little visual aid that you might not have had the opportunity to do in a face-to-face appointment, for example. So I hope this kind of gives you a little bit more information around telehealth services, around how to prepare for them, around the benefits and the limitations of them. And hopefully it just settles some nerves maybe around the prospect of using telehealth services, because I think, you know, if anything is showing us from research that telehealth services and psychological support is really pivotal at this time. And it means that you can access support services from the ease of your home. Thank you.